If there's one thing that has remained consistent as I've been climbing the ladder in League, is that I keep seeing more and more people make itemization mistakes and failing to adapt to the specific game that they're playing with their builds. In this video, I'm going to show you an example from one of my solo queue games last night, where building Liandry's was a really good idea because they had 4 champions that stack health. What we're going to do is we're going to go in practice tool. We're going to put the dummies down with the same HP values that they had when I finished Liandry's, and we're going to see if I made the right decision or the wrong decision by building this item. Let's find out. Okay, so we're in practice tool now. I have checked the replay. I was level 13 when I finished the Liandry's, and now I have made the dummies with the exact HP and MR. And this is what you want to do with Liandry's. There's going to be a point where at a specific health, so let's say, for example, if the target has 4,000 health, then you know that Liandry's will do the most damage out of any item in the game. And you know that's going to be a good item choice when you're in the game and you're thinking about what your next item is going to be. So let's actually check if I made the right decision in that game by going Liandry's second. When you have 4 HP stackers, it's pretty obvious that Liandry's is going to be the best item in that specific scenario, but let's check it anyway. So this is the Urgot. He had 3,200 health, and just from 1 Q, that's 508. And then normally I go Storm Surge second, so that's 414. That's 100 less damage. Some people are gonna say, well, why are you doing it with Storm Surge? There you go, that's the same. I mean, we know that if you do a combo like that, EWQ, that's 858. So this actually did more, which I'm not surprised since we proc the Storm Surge. But then you have to keep in mind, with all the HP that these characters have, if you do a full combo, then they're never going to die. The fight lasts longer the more you proc your Liandry's, right? And that's that kind of thinking that you need to have. So yeah, we test the full combo. The Storm Surge will actually do more damage for sure here. And this is against the Urgot, keep in mind. So that's about 100 more damage. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to our small channel to support us. Thank you guys, and now back to the video. What we can do is to test if Liandry's will actually out-sustain the damage from the other item that we have. If it does more damage, then you can do something like this, where we do the Alt EWQ, and then we can Q again, and we can Q again. So let's see if this actually brings it in favor of the Liandry's. So full combo and an extra 2 Qs. One, 2. Yeah, so that's 2154. So Liandry's did more there. So let's try that again with Liandry. 2154. And one more. That out damages. And then you can test more, right? You can test the Shadow Flame. As you can see, Shadow Flame not even close. This is the Kassadin. This one in the middle here. So again, you can do a full combo. And then let's do 1 Q this time and see what happens. So that's 1702. We had the 1 extra Q in there. I'll do another combo. So that outdamaged by about what? That was like 20 damage, right? Again, the longer you're in the fight, the more damage you're gonna do, right? So with the Rammus target, we don't even need to test this. This is going to be a lot more favorable for the Storm Surge build because there's not a lot of HP on him. If you test it on these three, then Liandry's is going to be a lot closer. And then as the game goes on, because keep in mind, this is when I had 2 items. So as you go into 3 items, 4 items, and these targets build more HP, Liandry's is going to outdamage, it's going to outscale your other item options. So that's how you need to think about these things. So what exactly did we learn? As you start going over 3,200 HP, then you know Liandry's is going to be a good option to have if you're playing any control mage. The item will just outdamage any other AP item at that point. That's how you know that Liandry's is good in the specific scenario. You can do this with other items, and you should. All of this whole experience will help you improve your itemization and your adaptation really to your solo queue games. If you have the best items at this specific scenario, you're more likely to win. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.